Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Stable Condition.
Hi.
Hi.
What's going on?
What's poppin', Jimbo?
Oh, ¿dónde estás?
Now I'm offended.
Biblioteca.
Do you even know what a biblioteca is?
I believe a Bible church, or Bible bookstore, Bible library, whatever.
It's just a
Biblioteca.
It's just a library.
I'm sure it is.
No, that's really what biblioteca means in Spanish. Library.
Mm-hmm. Then why does it need 2 words?
Ay, ay, ay. Anyways, so, welcome back. This time we're going to talk about the Rarity episode, It Isn't the Main Thing About You, which was a very fun episode. I really enjoyed coming back to this one. Jthor, you're the big Mega Rarity fan here. Why don't you start us off?
It was good. I like Rarity. I'm in the 3rd grade.
I'll have you know, sir, I did those in the 1st grade. I know what you're referring to.
No, I'm referring to...
Where do you put the trees?
Right
Wow!
That's
No, hold on, dude. That's impressive. I like that.
So that's why he barely talks.
Wow. Okay, so you guys know how, like, Trixie... Okay, you know what? No.
This next one's gonna be harder to find.
They're not even going to be able to see it because the thumbnail's so small. Wow, I'm impressed. Good job.
Jesus, where the hell is she in this one? I can't find her.
It's hard.
I can't.
So he makes these as we do the episodes. Like he makes the thumbnails while we're doing the episodes, and we're just here looking at the last 2 that we got. You have one Trixie that is brilliantly hidden. And you have another one that's just so blatantly shameless. I like this.
That was quite because I had to erase the
Oh,
throne.
there she is.
That she was. That's from when she was sitting on Twice. So I had to erase the throne carefully and then add.
Is that why you were so quiet? Because you were in the zone?
Not only that, I had to add the rest of her arm because her arm gets cut off.
Right.
So I had to fill in the arm to make it look normal.
Let me see what you did right there. Wow, he really did it.
Because the throne blocks her elbow, so I had to fill that in.
Wow, he really did.
That's shoddy craftsmanship.
That's dedication. That's dedication, my man.
She never had that fat of elbows before.
That's good dedication. So, it isn't
back to my waifu.
And it isn't the main thing about you.
It is the main thing about her, though.
Because it's about Maine and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Though I still think it's stupid they couldn't just figure out, oh, let's grow the hair from the friggin' roots. So they're like, no, we gotta magically summon it from somewhere, but it has to come from somewhere.
I don't know. I feel like
that poor crystal pony.
Oh, he doesn't matter.
I think this whole thing could have been avoided if we just color code the bottles.
Or just put labels on them.
Yeah. But
Well, then the thing with labels that no one uses labels. They did what Yzma does in Emperor's New Groove, where there's no labels. There's only a picture.
I've turned
of
into a
animal.
cow.
Oh,
Can I
yeah.
go home?
But
Your
then
hair
it'll
skews.
get like scrunched
What about
up
the
and
rest
might
of
think
you?
it's
Oh,
a
we're
death.
good.
Yeah, we're good.
that's right. I still will go on record saying I've only seen The Emperor's New Groove twice.
Wow.
One of my favorite Disney movies.
I know. Everybody loves The Emperor's
I
New
think
Groove.
that movie was gonna be so much more serious when it first was produced.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. It's gonna be a much different movie.
Mm-hmm. So, anyways, with this one, Tabitha as always brings her A game with this stuff.
She always steals the show.
She does. Like, again, Rarity is not my favorite character in this show, but I will argue she's the funniest character in the show. I adore every funny instance with Rarity, and 95% of it is because of Tabitha's brilliant deliveries.
Yeah.
Like, probably the first part of this whole episode that just got me busting out laughing was the screech in horror that she does when she sees she sees the lack of mane. And it's just the way that it was edited, it just cuts off. The screen doesn't get to finish. It just goes straight to commercial, which I thought was hilarious.
Let's be honest though, she would have screamed for a much longer time.
She would have screamed for the entire length of an episode. For all we know, this could be the next day.
I friggin' love that pony.
I know.
Mm-hmm.
So, let's see.
The poor.
Fuck the guy who sells the.
We're getting yes.
No, I need to speak of this man now because I would never do business with this man.
This is bad business practice.
So yeah, whenever you're like, oh, sorry everyone, this one is taken. And then someone's like, I'll pay you double. No, I'll pay you triple. And then he's like, sold.
Not only that, but even beforehand, she even helped bring in business.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was an ass.
Yeah, man.
I like the fan pony that sells nothing but metal fans, but wonders why he can't get business. Because he keeps blowing the hats away of people who keep coming in.
Oh, that he's Irish too, so.
Hey.
He probably demands his currency in potatoes.
I think what's funny with this one is this is the first in back-to-back episodes where we get Zecora.
Oh, yeah.
Which makes me quite happy.
Spoilers, God.
Okay, we've been over this since the first time we did Stable. We assume that they have already seen the episodes. Okay.
No.
I know we talked about this in the last episode, but why the hell would someone listen to us first?
Ask Bucky.
Well, Bucky doesn't.
You wouldn't know about
Bucky
that.
doesn't count.
I'm telling you said that.
No, he'll say it too. Bucky doesn't count. We love you, Bucky. Let's see with this one. So, what was the anniversary they were celebrating? Oh, their first sneeze.
Mm-hmm.
That is honestly the worst Pinkie Pie song ever.
Was it really?
In my opinion, yeah.
Well, was it really? Even worse than Happy Month-iversary?
Yeah. I actually like Happy Month Anniversary.
It is catchy. But now you're a month old today. Hey! Trixie and I were actually talking about this last night. Like, one of the things that makes this show so great is the attention to little detail.
Mm-hmm.
How Pound and Pumpkin Cake don't have diapers anymore.
They've grown out of them.
I know, I like that. They don't have the diapers anymore.
Those poor babies, though.
Hmm.
They got stuck together.
They died.
Oh, yeah.
Just like Moon Dancer.
Why is that your headcanon?
Because he knows it just messes with you.
Oh no, that's my true headcanon
No, it's
before I
not.
knew that was his favorite episode.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
No, it's not.
You can't, bitch, you can't say what my headcanon was. And it is not because of him. I didn't even know that was his favorite episode till like a year ago.
Oh, really?
Really?
How big of a headcanon is this for Jthor that Moon Dancer is dead?
19.
I still don't want to believe it. How much of this is just to spite Trixie? Nah.
So see? Bitch.
Alright, so actually, I do want to know just in general, where does this stack for you on your favorite Rarity episodes?
Second.
Really? As opposed to...
Sorrow.
Fair point. I don't blame you for that.
I'm not just biased because of Nick. No, but Sorrow's still my favorite Rarity episode.
I can see it. I mean, for a lot of people, that's their favorite season 6 episode. It was very well done.
Yeah.
Shaw, baby. So why do you like this one so much compared to the others?
Punk Rarity.
Is there anything more than Punk Rarity?
Also, Tabitha's reactions to everything.
Mm-hmm.
The scenes where Rarity is trying to talk to Twilight and Starlight are really good.
Seriously, can't anyone act like this isn't so bad? It's kind of hard to do that. The sass in that one's so strong.
I know. Bringing up Flutter's Dash and Applejack to be like, yeah, you're good. There's a lot of that stuff in this season. So remember in All Bottled Up, whenever Twilight was like, we will not get hungry on the train.
Twilight was such a jerk then.
Then.
Oh boy, here we go.
Well, like, that's the thing. It was a gift of pretzels. Pretzels may not be the best snack, but you don't have to be like, yeah, we're not going to get hungry. And just basically throw it in your face.
But she took them on the
Then
train.
watch as you cry.
Maybe she did eat them on the train. We don't know.
But she didn't.
They could have had a moment on the train. It's like, you know what? That was really nice of Trixie to get.
But it
us."
was never shown in the episode, so it's not canon, bitch.
Okay. And
Sorry, Book Horse can just be a jerk.
I still love my book horse.
I'm not denying that. You and Strangelove are wrong.
I really like that look that they had for Rarity throughout like half of this episode, though, where she's trying to wander through the town in like the robe, the hooded robe. Yep.
The Pony of Death.
Pretty much the Pony of Death. There were so many times during this I was just kind of saying to myself, "Rarity's just on looking like good."
Strike me down with all your anger.
Yeah, you mean like the couch guy did?
Fuck that guy.
What was this for anyway? It was a photo finish shoot, right?
Yeah, for the most beautiful man in Equestria.
Right. Photo finish.
Photo finish may be German, but at least she's got that right.
Well, it's like photo finish. I was a little disappointed she didn't get any speaking roles in this.
Perfectly fine with that. She's gotten more than enough with the Equestria Girls stuff.
Does she speak in Equestria Girls?
Yeah, one of the shorts they do for it's in the first movie whenever they go to the little ball thing.
Mm-hmm.
There's a special where they do the photos and all that.
I don't understand why Photo Finish had to hide in the bushes to take some of those pictures.
Because she wanted to be natural.
True.
But it was also a photo shoot.
Yeah, that Rarity thought she disqualified herself from.
There was also,
you do that, you get rid of the natural beauty and all that.
There was also a picture of just Rarity's butt.
Well, yeah.
I mean, there's no problem.
And my request, sir.
So that's why he likes this episode so much. Anyways, yeah, there wasn't much from Twilight and Starlight in this, but what we did get of them, I really liked the whole Crystal Pony thing, where it's got to come from somewhere.
It came from the door too.
Oh yeah, it's gotta. That's the funny things about magic. You can't just make it. It's gotta come from somewhere.
Also, the fact that Rarity's destroyed mane makes a child cry.
Oh yeah,
That's my one.
What was it that took the robe off of her for a second? Did someone just step?
Someone just stepped on it.
Yeah. And the kid just looks.
No, that was before she put the robe on.
Oh, she had it off.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah.
Oh, right. Still really. Now, okay, Jthor, Rarity bias aside and everything. When she did get her mane all messed up.
Sorry, that's too big to move aside.
Hold on. When she did get her mane messed up and everything, was it really that bad?
No.
Trixie?
The one that you talking about, just the messed up mane, how bad it is.
Was it really that bad?
It wasn't attractive.
I'll kill you!
Do I need to hold him back?
It's just like how
James, you're doing the smart thing.
It's how fun. It's just funny how uneven it is. How like sections are super long, other sections are just like and other she has bald spots like
the bald spot. There's 3 bald spots. There's 3 bald spots that are constantly on it. They're purple, and they continue to throw me off. The whole thing. It's very distracting. Like it works for the look and everything, but God, it was so distracting. It's just like, Trixie, make it stop.
Heck am I supposed
It's
to
not
do?
attractive. Make it stop. Oh, he's upset.
I'll kill you.
I know. It's funny.
No one would miss you.
Aww.
It's true.
Aww.
It's true.
Aww.
It's still true.
You poorest of baboos.
The poor babu.
He is a poor babu.
No one would miss you.
Wow.
he's trying to make this real.
I'm just telling the truth.
Aww.
I mean, Trixie wouldn't miss you. Tibbs won't even remember who you were.
Timber. Don't make me do this.
Sorry, I was distracted.
I can tell.
Who are you again?
Back to the episode.
Oh, we weren't recording.
Tibber.
I'm kidding.
Tibber.
I knew.
Tibber.
I knew we weren't recording.
Buddy. Chum. Pal. Jimbo.
Buddy.
Buddy. Guy. Fwan. There's your South Park reference. What else is there really to talk about with this one?
Let's see.
I love seeing Zecora again. Pinky was pretty good in this.
But I didn't like Pinky in this episode.
And why is that?
Just most episodes I don't like her in. She's my least favorite of the main 6.
Is she?
Yeah, I've told you this multiple times. Fluttershy is way higher up on the list than she is.
Interesting. I suppose
She has one great episode coming up in several weeks. One really good one I thoroughly enjoyed the shit out of.
for Pinky.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, one of my favorites as well.
Let me think. I guess one thing I could say was I did want to see a bit more of Pinky's side of this, because a lot of the focus is, of course, on Rarity and whatnot.
That's the way it should be.
But I would like to have seen more of what's going on in that end, because on one end, Rarity is losing a ton of main, Pinky's gaining a ton of main, and possibly flooding Sugar Cube Corner.
That's the thing. She's not gaining main.
What was it again?
It was just supposed to wash out that silly string stuff and make
Oh,
the hair
that's
more
right.
floofy.
That's right. Still would like to have seen it.
You did. Literally at the end, you see what happens to their mains. But this episode's all about Rarity, and that's what it should have been.
Oh, right, because that's when they switch it up on accident at Zekora's
Yeah.
hut between grow back and lose it. Never mind.
Not grow back, just clean. Sudsy.
Sudzi.
So dizzy.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, again, like, this isn't one that I've gone back and watched a bunch of times. I still really enjoy it. But it's just, again, I don't think I would put it on my top 10 of season 7.
It's in mine.
I don't know. It is a really good episode. I like the moral, the message behind it's really good. Obviously, everyone does a backflip and a half for Punk Rarity.
Yep.
God, there's so many people I know that went nuts over that. It's actually,
And for good reason, too.
I liked it. So, let's see. MVP for this.
Do we
Rarity.
really?
Yes, Tibber, we do.
I mean, I'm just saying that because I think it's a clear, decisive on who it is.
Trixie?
I'd actually.
Ooh, I'm gonna have to get back to you on that. Do you have one?
Rarity.
Okay.
You?
For me, it has to be Rarity.
I would say Rarity because she made the realization herself.
See, I told you, on unanimous.
Still thinking it out.
As this gets just stylish from me. Triple S, baby.
We are 20 plus episodes into this, and that still gets me.
Not my fault, you're a little
It
bitch.
still eludes you.
Yes, it does. I didn't play Devil May Cry.
I'm sorry. Hold on, let me put that Don't Make Cry terms for you. Sorry, you little blast.
I don't even know what you mean that I heard. I would give this probably like a high 7. Like, I'd say 7.8.
So you give the 7 some weed.
Sure.
Sweet.
It was good. It's a really good... Again, it's another one of those, God, the facial expressions are on point. Tabitha is wonderful in her performance. I like the idea of her giving back to everybody with the show, giving the good business. The guy screws her over with the couch.
And still gives him business.
I
What
like...
an asshole.
I know. Who was it that he sold it? Wasn't it Barry Punch?
No, Barry
that
Punch
was
said ×2.
Yeah.
the blue one that said ×3.
It was the blue one that doesn't have a name.
I'd give this episode 8 out of 10.
8 out of 10.
Not enough water.
I also say an 8 out of 10 for me.
Okay.
Man, you guys are stupid.
High-
Totally deserves a triple S.
High 7. High 7 to 8. That sounds about right. It is really good.
High 7, so 7 point what?
8. 7.8.
So rounding up, it's an 8. Gotcha.
Sure. So, don't really think there's anything left to say about the episode. Exquisite job with the thumbnail, Trixie.
Hey, I worked hard on that thumbnail.
I wasn't being sarcastic.
He was. He doesn't love you.
Sure I don't. Anyway, so as we were talking off mic, Jthor had a discussion that he wanted to do with this one.
Go for it.
Yeah.
Which, it was one of those that made us go, ooh. It's the good and the bad in the fandom.
No ugly yet.
Oh. Ha 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 ha. Funny.
That's what potential
Funny.
sequel.
Funny reference. Alright. So here's what I want to know, because this was Jthor's topic. I do want to know,
What inspired this?
yeah, what made you want to do this one? Did something
The
specific happen?
RPG monger.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, what?
The RPG monger. He does reviews on fandoms.
It's literally called.
Oh, I think I've seen that show up on my timeline.
He does a series called the Fandom Files.
Okay.
Where he does about 3 to 4 stories of different fandoms, usually telling the bad. But he makes sure the disclaimer of, hey, don't let this be the judge of the full fandom for you. I'm just pointing out the bad apples.
Okay. Hang on. Is the thumbnail of the video, does it have like a fiery background?
Maybe? I don't remember.
Here, because I've seen something appear on my feed numerous times. Keep talking. Let me see if I can find it.
Okay. He's done others, like JoJo, Hitalia, Rick and Morty.
Clayton, are you trying to vape?
Clayton, are you trying to vape? There can only be one vape.
Don't do this to me.
Yeah, no, that's what I said.
There it
Yeah,
is.
that one.
Okay, the worst stories from the MLP fandom. The Fandom Files. Okay, well, you have the floor. Because I have not
Alright,
watched this video yet.
We're going to start with the
bad. I
Might
like
as well.
like the whole concept of get the vaccination first, then the lollipop. So go ahead.
Just rip the Band-Aid off.
Yeah.
That's too bad.
So this first one, I'm going to tell you guys, there are no names to give in this. I don't even remember which convention this was at. I think it might have been Babs a couple years ago.
Let's just be careful.
Actually, no, there is also one from this year that staff royally messed up. And they've acknowledged it now that it's been brought out to light.
Well, I leave it to your judgment of what we can and can't say with it, so.
But, first one was with these 2 cosplayers. Rainbow Dash and Applejack.
Okay. And this was Babs, you said?
I believe it was Babs.
Okay.
I could be completely wrong about that one. But basically, they're taking pictures and all that, and these 2 rather creepy guys won't leave them alone.
Okay.
And the reason why I bring this up to people is for anyone that listens to this as a cosplayer, don't be afraid to tell someone, hey, no offense, you're in my personal space, could you please back off? And if they don't listen, do not be afraid to get security.
Of course, they're there for a reason.
Yeah. So, basically they want to go into this one line for a panel that they really want to see. And these guys happen to be right behind them. And so the guys start mentioning very inappropriate things to these girls. And whenever they don't take them up on their quote-unquote offers, I remember they were pretty bad offers.
Charming.
And they're like, no, we're not going to do that. One of the guys would constantly go, see, I told you to be prudes.
Charming.
Yeah, again, I do not even have any names for anyone for this, so just, if you're ever encountering that in this fandom, don't be afraid to go to security if you're at a convention.
Mm-hmm.
And then if you're online, don't be afraid to block them. And if they keep on messaging you with other accounts, block them too. The block button is there for a reason. And if they keep harassing you, report them.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it seems like it'd be a very difficult thing to do, but it's not.
Mm-hmm.
It's very easy.
It all depends.
Now, if the website does anything about it, that's on them.
Mm-hmm.
Just saying, because Twitter has that problem, from what I've heard. The other one is, I believe it's okay to mention here because BabsCon has outright apologized for it. They're made aware, like, I don't remember the convention that was doing the convention table, but they're the ones mainly involved for this. I think it was 13-year-old Twilight Sparkle cosplayer. Am I right with that, Tibbs? Because you're the only other one that's seen the video.
I've seen the video and I know which one you're talking
Jesus, this is
about.
a video?
Oh, no.
It's from RPG Monger.
That's
That's
where
one
he's
that
getting-
you just...
Okay.
He's getting that from there.
Yeah.
Okay, because again, I have not watched this video. I've been meaning
But
to.
basically, there's this one creep guy following this little girl, and she asked to hide behind one of the tables from this guy.
Ooh.
And these people did not tell BabsCon.
They were able to, like,
What?
they were able to shoo the person away.
Yeah,
They
they're
didn't
like, no, we
report-
haven't seen anyone like that.
But then instead of reporting it to security or any, figurehead or, staff for the convention, they decided to post that on Tumblr.
That's right.
You're kidding.
I swear we wish we weren't.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
And the major one I want to talk about, fair warning. Clayton, can you put a little time skip for this? Just in case people are triggered by this.
And just probably like a little disclaimer saying if you want to...
I'm not going to go into full details with this guy.
Like if you want to skip to it, go to this point.
Alright guys, so this next one, Dewie is going to be putting the link for the RPG Monger specific video where he talks about this.
I still need to watch this video myself.
Again, I'm not really promoting RPG Monger because I don't think he'd have anything to do with us. I know he wouldn't cross-promote us.
He wouldn't care, but it is insightful
still,
and
it's very insightful because the nice thing is he'll tell you the exact same thing I'm telling you right now. Don't let this judge the fandom for you.
Well, also, it is related to what we're talking about.
Well, yeah.
So, go ahead.
But anyways, Dewie will provide the link down in the comment section or description below of a gentleman named Max Veers. I'm not going to go into what he did because it is honestly, I hate to use this word, triggering for a lot of people. I really hate that word.
I do too.
Mm-hmm.
Unless it's using a funny aspect, like when we trigger poor Scootaloo.
That was funny.
Yes, it was. But my one thing I'm going to tell you this is I'm not trying to start stuff. I'm not. I am warning you because I'd completely forgotten about this. And I don't believe this guy isn't active in the My Little Pony community anymore, but I do believe he is still active. But go listen to RPG Monger's video about this, because he will tell you the stuff that I'm not willing to say on this podcast. And just be careful with who you meet in this fandom. Like, real quick, Dewie, you and Nevaylin have been friends for how long? 3 years?
About 3 years, yes.
Yeah, you got to know him very well before you finally met him at this Nightmare Nights, correct?
Yeah, we like a large part of that we would talk almost every single day.
Exactly.
I know him
So
very
you
well.
felt very safe with meeting him.
Absolutely.
Because you took the time to do that.
Yes.
I'm just saying, for any of our fans that are going to talk to people throughout this fandom, even if you talk with one of us, before you ever meet someone, one of your online friends, get to know them very well.
Mm-hmm.
Just because you never know if that someone's just putting on a face.
Yeah.
But another bad thing with this fandom back in the day was Project Clip Her Wings.
Oh, goody.
Yeah, I think in just general, like, overreaction to stuff, but that one in particular was...
That one was incredibly bad.
Yeah.
So this happened right before I really got to start knowing Dewie, I believe.
Mm. Well, because that was obviously in response to Magical Mystery Cure, and Magical Mystery Cure came out shortly before Brony Fest, which was not the first time I knew you, because I saw you at the A
You
Fest.
knew me very little bit.
I saw you were that guy on that panel.
Yeah.
But as far as you and I didn't even start talking until June. Like I knew it was Dallas I hit it off with at first.
Yeah, because I remember the first time I met you and Seth, and I believe Avery was there too.
At Brony Fest?
No, this was at Amanda's second shop.
I don't recall Avery coming. He might have you might be thinking of our friend Brian.
Maybe. I don't remember. There's a third
not
person.
Not the point.
But I mostly remember because that was the night where I got that fucking umbrella. And do you remember that?
Oh, yeah.
Went down to do the little roar.
Right.
Yeah.
If I dig deep enough, that's still on my computer.
Oh, God.
I know, right?
But Project Clipper Wings was a really, really bad side of the fandom.
Yes, it was.
Even though I'm not the biggest fan of the episode, I think the hashtag of clip her wings to make her better was just horrible.
It was disgusting.
Yeah.
Well, because it's like this is a criticism that goes far and wide. This isn't just towards us as bronies, but it's just that a lot of fandoms feel like they are entitled to ownership of what they're fans of. It's like the phrase, they owe it to the fans, has been thrown around quite a bit.
I've never once heard that in this fandom.
I mean in general.
Oh.
No, I mean in general. Like, they owe it to the fans to basically, anytime a show or something makes a big decision that a lot of people are super pissed off about, they don't like, and stuff like this happens. I think there was a case a recent case with Rick and Morty. I still don't know the details of this. I could have this completely wrong. But I believe that there was an episode in season 3 somewhere that 2 female writers were brought on for the first time. And a lot of people were complaining that the show had lost its edginess and it's the fault of 2 women writers.
That's the first I've heard of that.
Again, I could have that. Have you heard that, Tibber?
I think so.
Okay, because again, I could have this dead wrong. I could be so wrong. I don't know. This is just what I've heard in passing.
Yeah.
But one thing, and this is kind of controversial I'm about to say, this is my opinion, it's not bad. It's something we actually plan on doing a panel about
I bet I know what
at
it is.
TrotCon. Because a lot of people see this as bad part of the fandom, but a lot of people see it as a good part of the fandom. I personally think it's right in the middle.
Shoot.
Clomp.
Oh, what a hot button.
We're not going to talk about it here.
Yeah.
We may end up doing a panel at TrotCon
We still
if we
don't.
do decide to go to TrotCon and all that.
Mm-hmm.
But that's the thing. I know a lot of people in this fandom think that, oh, it's weird, it's disgusting. That's the bad part of the fandom. Yet, those same cloppers that they're disowning and all that do Safe Search Fridays.
I know.
Where they'll go through Google Images and other image sites and try to find any of the ones that are mistagged, flag it, and have it retagged so it doesn't show up in Safe Search.
Mm-hmm. Well, again, the thing about Klopp, which has been, a hot topic since day one with this kind of stuff, is, and this is in response to both parties, either be it those that are blasting Klopp or those that are a part of it. It's only a big deal if you make it a big deal.
That's how everything is.
Oh, I know. That's going to be a running theme throughout this whole thing, but I feel like this is an appropriate one to first bring it up on.
Yeah, but that's one of the ones that there's people that are just so adamantly against it and think that's the worst part of this fandom.
Which, again, if you really think... Well, no.
A lot of those people have done art pieces and art books, essentially, to raise money for charity, and they've gotten a lot of money for that.
Yeah. Again, it's we've been throwing that around for a long time. It's really not that bad. At the end of the day, who cares?
Well, that's the thing. Unfortunately, some people make it their business to care. I
know.
Whatever happens behind closed doors,
Bingo.
none of my concern.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Unless those are behind my doors.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's been something in the fandom for, again, I personally have been here for 5.5 years, and I see it. Thankfully, I don't see it as much as I used to, because I think we've just kind of settled down and realized it's really not that big of a deal. But,
honestly, I know a lot of people that have gotten into the fandom because of Klopp.
and that's fine. Okay, so here's an interesting story. I don't know if I ever told you this. Did I ever tell you about the Six Flags meetup?
With Chaotic Harmony, right?
Was he? Oh, God, I love that dude.
I miss him.
I started talking to him the other day. He's still around.
Cool.
Well, you need to tell him to
I know.
visit us.
No, he's really cool. Damn it.
I
don't-
see him since Amanda's second shot.
I know. So I can't remember. I can't remember if he was at this, but it was one of the first pony meetups I ever went to. It's where I met my friend Griffin. This was back in the August of 2013, I want to say. It actually could be. It's 2013 or 2012. I don't remember. Probably 2012. Because it was.
That'd be 2012. It was one of your first.
Yeah, you're right. It was 2012. It was August 2012. We all planned this meeting to go to Six Flags. Because prior to this, I had only been to one pony meetup. When we all went bowling. That was my first pony meetup ever. Was a Strikers bowling get. Which was a lot of fun.
Shame you never came to the first meetups in Texas that were at ACON 2011.
I wasn't
Just
around.
saying.
I wasn't around at that time. But, so, the meetup was fun. It was really good. It was a really good meetup and everything. We had a ton of fun at Six Flags, but I remember during it, something happened that, looking back on it, really disappointed me. Was, it was, Yeah. It was, we were talking about somebody that wasn't there. It's like, oh, I have a friend who I can bring down to these meetups and everything. Oh, is he a cool guy? Yeah, he's really cool. And this is a conversation I'm just hearing, to my left as we're waiting in line for a ride or something. And they're talking, and I remember the guy threw in a precursor afterwards, oh, don't worry, no, he's not a clopper or anything like that. He's not into that. basically just trying to say, don't worry, he's still a decent human being. Which is like, when that happened, I was just like, that's...
To be fair, I'm not a decent human being.
But no, like, let's be serious with this. It's just, that really disappoints me, because that's like trying to single out people who are, regardless of if you agree with that or not, they're still a part of the fandom. They're still bronies too.
It's like with the Steven Universe fandom saying that bronies are invading their fandom and all that and bringing in all this not safe for work art when they were doing that way beforehand.
I know.
Not only that, fun little fact, the creator of the show, Rebecca Sugar, created not safe for work art.
A lot of it.
A lot of it, Eddie back when she was about younger than us several years ago.
And see, that's the funny thing, because I am, I'm going to throw myself under the bus here. I like Clop. But
same here. I used to do a podcast about it.
Yeah, you guys got me into it.
Exactly. I mean, but again, it's just...
We corrupted a young soul.
I never heard of
again, it's just... But no, hold on.
I started favoriting everything I can of Sunny.
It's just really funny. If we're in this mode of throwing each other under the bus and everything, it's just really funny. I remember when we first started, like, what was it? Like, we were back in, like, episode 9 or something, we'd be talking, I'd be glancing over, and Timber would clearly be on his phone on Derby Boru.
For the longest time, he didn't even create an account.
I know.
I was like...
It's funny. It really is. But it's just, like, it's one of those things that it's just... I don't talk about it not because I'm ashamed of it or anything. No, I like what I like, and I'm attracted to what I'm attracted to, and same can be said for all you guys. It's just, it's not what I advertise. It's really like
if you came up to me at a convention like, hey, do you like Clop? I'd be like, yeah.
I'd say
if
the
you
same.
ask me straight to my face, I will tell you. But
Yeah,
it's not something I'm gonna just be like, hey, you random person, I'm into Clop. What about you?
Exactly, and I feel like that right there is a very bad stigma that they feel like that has happened. And it's like, I'm probably going to get somebody, probably a person.
Like, look, we're not like a certain individual who will not be named, but the guy was literally like, hey, what's your fetish?
Oh, yes. This that
character.
We're not going to talk about that character.
No, but
that person right there gives a bad stigma to the fandom.
That's the wrong way of handling it.
It is, but again, it's just like, this ties once again to, as we're going to say again, it's only a big deal if you make it a big deal. Where with this channel, that has nothing to do with it. I'm still here making music. It's not why I love the show. Hell, I've been in this fandom for 5.5 years. The first 2 years of that, I didn't even touch Clop. And then after that, I started, but that doesn't change the fact that I love the show. I love the fandom. I love the content. It just happened. At best, it's just a nice bonus on the side that I just don't talk about because it's not necessary. And I know that's the same with all of you guys. When we plan to go cons and everything, we're like, oh, right, I can't wait to talk about Clop in front of everyone. No!
That wasn't the intention.
It never is.
No.
No, like... With our conversation the last Nightmare Nights with Strange Love and our other buddy, I'm not gonna mention him because I'm not sure if he'd be fine.
Careful! Let's not mention what
Strange doesn't care.
No, I'm saying no. What I'm saying is what the context of the conversation was.
It was Clop stuff.
Oh, I know it was.
I know, but they didn't know that. But we still had a lot of fun. It was literally like a. Let me put it this way for normies.
Normies.
Of course.
Allow me to real quick.
But it's literally like a bunch of guys that go to a bar or something like that, and they talk about the kinds of different women they're into.
No,
a lot of guys do that.
It's like if you go to your buddy's house and you just grab a couple beers and hang out, and then it automatically goes into that. I don't care who you are or what you're into. It always comes to that when you're hanging out with a couple guys and just hanging out.
When you're cracking open a cold one.
God! Oh my God! You had to do it. You had to do it.
That was not me, and I was not going for that.
He had to crack open a cold one with the boys.
I don't even know what he's referencing.
It's a stupid meme. Trixie, you should be ashamed of yourself.
My God.
See, we'll make a big deal out of that. We will make a big deal out of that. But anyways, going back to what we were talking about, yes, it's just it's just a personal preference of mine. I like to keep a clean channel. I don't post NSFW stuff on my Twitter. I don't post NSFW stuff on my YouTube. It's just
That's what our After Dark channels are for.
if you want to make an After Dark channel, yeah, that's what you do. It's just I don't care to. But I don't know.
But it's not a big deal, and you shouldn't judge someone over it.
No, and again, it's like
It's 2017, people.
well, yeah, everybody's got something, but
Yeah.
it's just
I mean, the Emoji Movie came out. Can't everyone just judge that?
2018 is canceled.
what he's referring. I saw. I was at the mall yesterday, and I was walking around, and I saw a calendar. And it was a 2018 Emoji Movie calendar, and I took a.
I know I'm getting Trixie for his Christmas.
No, I took a picture of the.
No, sir.
I took a picture of the calendar and put it on my Twitter and just said 2018 is canceled. But no, it's like another example because I know jokingly you guys make fun of this and everything just because it's all in good fun, but just the concept of me being bisexual too. Yes, I'm bi, but I don't really talk about that because
You're bi?
shut up. Yes, I'm bi. It's just
I'm sorry, I thought that bracelet meant straight.
ha. But it's just.
I'm colorblind, sir. Don't blame me.
But you see why I bring this up. It's only a big deal if you make it a big deal.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, before you were... Anytime you go out of this room, when you first got that thing, you'd be like, oh,
That's another story for
I know, I'm
another
just
time.
saying,
It's
like,
just
you
fun.
made it a big deal then.
Because I was worried about what others would think. Now I don't care. That's
Yeah.
a lot of things have happened that just made this whole thing.
Just like for me, I'm pansexual. I don't give a fuck what anyone thinks.
I
You
know.
could think I'm an absolute freak, which I am.
For other reasons.
No, I'm just a horrible human being. Just ask any of these guys. Tracy, don't you say a fucking word.
Why are you singling him out?
But,
You're a terrible human being because you really, really like Rarity. Just like you're a terrible human being because you really, really like Trixie. Trixie. I'm just looking at your mouse pad.
I'm just looking at his print.
I just look at the tattoo on his ass.
How do you know about that?
But it's just.
I have a problem.
It's. Boy, oh boy.
But anyways, the bad stuff about the fandom, the reason why I brought this
Oh,
up.
well, I was going to bring up one more. That is pretty...
Go
Relevant.
on.
Come on.
Go ahead.
I mean, it's pretty obvious that there's another one that's been, you know, among the fandom is horse fame.
Oh, that's right. You did want to bring this up.
Yeah, it's just because, again, people make this a big deal, and, you know, think it's just in the middle ground, honestly, but some people...
I wish I could name names.
I know you. He is fidgeting back there. Just,
I know. That's why Dark Channel. But
we've done an entire discussion on this already.
I know,
But
but
couldn't mention names.
I know.
yeah, trust me. I wish that I could name names because we can go on.
Just go ahead.
But
Anyways.
But the point is that some people use it for the benefit of the whole fandom, you know, to make something good. While most
Can I
of them-
mention a name for that one? Because it's good.
God, you are just dying over there.
Answer the question, sir.
Repeat the question.
Since that's a good thing and not starring any shit, can I mention a name for that one?
using horse fame for the benefit of the fandom, as far as not for the individual themselves, but
And
as
it's a name
to-
you'll like anyways.
Go ahead.
AC Race Best.
I do love that, man.
He uses it for the benefit of the fandom.
Yes.
What specifically are you referring to, Timber?
About what? About
Like what he's using it for? What is
Oh.
his benefit?
Because he is, he still does the vlog channels for going to conventions.
And that's why I love it. Like,
And every time he goes, he says, "Man, it's either my first or my second, third, fourth time there." He always has a upbeat attitude towards going there. He always has fun. He doesn't go there, for himself. For himself, but most importantly, he has fun and likes to make friends with everybody else that he goes there.
And we've seen him many times at many conventions. He's been to Babs. He's been to Fiesta and Question. He's a great guy.
Never been to Nightmare Nights.
I know. I was upset.
I know.
But no, like both AC and Saber, I've got nothing but love for both of them. They're both great guys.
Oh yeah, you never get that sense from them that there's something underlying that, like a hidden agenda from
It's
them.
getting to their head because it's not.
No, you can sense that from a mile away. But with them, it's like, no, they genuinely care and, like to talk to people.
Mm-hmm.
And to use that sort of fame, I would guess, for, benefit of others.
Here, let me put it to you this way. They wouldn't, like, I like to think, like, obviously I could be wrong, because this is kind of an assumption, but an example of how it doesn't get to their head is if you bring this up to them, I seriously doubt that they would actually refer to it as I'm famous.
No.
I do not think they would go on record calling themselves famous.
No, I think personally if anybody would ask them that, they would laugh at your face, honestly.
Somebody at BabsCon called me horse famous, and I could not, I could not stop laughing.
I know, but I was going to say that but what most people who are considered horse famous would do is that they would use that selfishly, such as, because they're all considered community guests, but they would like to act as though that they're, the guests of honor.
Mm-hmm.
Either asking for...
Which, by the way, the guests of honor don't even act like that.
No, they don't.
Unless you're Larson.
Larson, you terrible human being. I love you.
But they would do things, they still do things, some of them, such as ask for X amount of panels, even though some of them you question why you would even have this in the beginning.
Goodness. Goodness.
No, I actually wasn't. I wasn't.
I know.
But asking for conventions to pay for their flights or for their hotel or for their badge. Asking for them to have stuff signed by the guests for free. Or, any of those things. Basically taking advantage of, what they think is, I am famous on a website, on YouTube, therefore I can take this approach.
Now, hold on. I agree with all that except for one thing. There is one thing I do want to dispute a little bit in that.
Okay.
The idea of being comped. Being flown out, getting a room, getting your badge. What?
How are you going to dispute that?
Here's what I'm getting at.
No, I actually want to listen to this.
Making the demand for it is like, I need to be that, then yes, I will absolutely side with you. But saying it would greatly help or I can't make it out unless I am is not a bad thing.
Oh, I know. That's always talking.
I know. I'm just wanting to make sure that the difference is made
clear.
Oh,
yeah, okay. So basically saying, it's important that I get out there or else, just making it like a big deal out of it.
Basically, the mentality of, I demand to be flown out there. You can't do that? Well, then I guess you're just going to have your convention without me. And in that regard, yes. But if it's like, because next year I'm going to be submitting my application to a bunch of conventions, and I will be putting as like, it would greatly help me. And if I can't be flown out, I probably won't be able to make it. If that's how it is, fine. That's cool. Mm-hmm. Go have fun. Have a great time, guys. It's just the demand for it.
In other words, you won't hang them that over their heads.
Absolutely not.
Okay.
Unfortunately, most of the people he's talking about will.
They will. They will actually.
That's why I'm saying there's a huge difference.
And even then, a lot of conventions just bring it up like how you say. They'll see that as a bad thing.
And then what's worse is that they will go on their personal channel and say, hey, don't go to this convention because how they treated me.
Trust me, I know.
There are several examples of those.
There are, but what I'm getting at is, because I know people who have been flown out to conventions, who have been comped room, who have been comped the badge because the convention offered it to them. That's not a bad thing. That's not a bad thing at all. Mm. Yeah, there's that, and also, like I said, this false sense of just entitlement and ownership. Again, it's not just ponies, it's far and wide, but, we're focusing on the home front. There's terrible stories. Oh, God. There was the story about this was a long time ago, but the two girls who beat the living shit out of a kid just because he didn't like Rainbow Dash.
Wow. That's pretty messed up.
I remember reading about that before I got to Fandom. So, I want to talk about, it kind of goes with my previous topic about horse fame, but it's just in general, like people taking the fandom for advantage.
Taking advantage of the fandom, you mean?
For their own personal gain. And another aspect of that is running conventions for the sole purpose of, taking the money and then just fleeing.
pretty sure I know who you're referring to.
Well, I know we've had our personal one here.
Mhm.
I'm talking about the big one called Las Pegasus Unicon.
That fun time.
Oh yeah, back in
2012. Well, 2013. Excuse me, 2013. February of 2013.
2013, yeah. So I guess people have heard about it, but you know,
You'd be hard pressed to find bronies that don't know about it.
Yeah, for those who don't know, there was a convention in Las Vegas, which pretty much invited almost everybody from the show. And when
Back
I say
in the old days.
and when I say everybody, I mean the VAs, the show staff. I mean,
Daniel Ingram
I think
got
there was
invited.
only-
Tara Strong got invited.
I
Andrew
think only
Francis.
one person, I believe, wasn't there.
What'd
I
you
know
say?
they had the main six there. They had Kathy there. I don't think they had Britt. I think that.
I think there was one I think there was one individual in the main six that wasn't there. Because
I think they got all four.
well, no, because a later convention had a big thing of like, this is the first time the main six have all been together or something.
It
like
was BabsCon
Yes.
that first did that.
which was before.
And then they got mad because Tabitha backed down. And this is all public knowledge, so
I
I
know.
can say it. Because then BronyCon managed to get the main six first.
Well, my point is that happened after LP.
Oh yeah. So they decided to have it, and it was several red flags beforehand because these are first time con organizers. Yeah, and when it happened, everybody was excited, because what chance do you have to see almost all of the people from the show there? Because with other conventions, probably beforehand, maybe, and there were sparse at the time.
Well, it's the limelight of Las Vegas too. It's very glamorous, very
Yeah.
fancy.
Well, and also the fact that you don't really think of a G-rated show having a convention there in Sin City. It's kind of out of place, kind of. But anyway, they go there, and there's an article online displaying bit by bit from each day what went wrong. Just type in Las Vegas' Unicon. It's usually the first or second link there. It's very detailed with, all of the good stuff from tweets and everything afterwards. But this kind of morphs into the good side of the fandom because on the Sunday, or actually on the Saturday, I believe, into the Sunday, they realized, well, the con-goers and the people who were heads of other conventions and EQD and stuff like that knew that, these guys were going to get nothing in return as far as money. As far as for the voice actors and actresses. And for the writers as well. So, when the fans, or when the people at the heads found that out, that the con organizers weren't going to do that, they did Las Peg Assist, and asking people to, raise money and then just telling the situation as it is. And it's one of those things where the fans didn't have to. And let's be real about this. They could have said, well, it's kind of the organizer's fault. I mean, we already spent money at the vendor hall, and Lord knows that the vendors got screwed out of that as well. But
Basically tell them to fuck off and go home.
yeah,
John
but the
DeSanko
point is
got
that
screwed over.
they stuck by their guns. They said, no, we're not going to let these people ruin our time and not force a bad stigma on us.
Didn't the military bronies step in and try and get things under control with that too?
I believe so.
That's what I had heard.
I think so.
Which,
But
I mean, obviously, if that's true,
Yeah.
incredible props to them.
the point is that they were able to raise, I think, around $20,000 for Las Pegasus to go directly to the VAs so that they were going to get paid. And that's been always the, highlight, one of the big highlights of the fandom is that people were so generous to make this right.
People will step up.
Oh yeah, people will gladly step up and just helping others, right what's wrong.
Mm-hmm.
And to me, that always sticks out. There's always going to be negatives about the fandom, but you cannot look at that without looking at what good that this fandom has done.
Mm. So, as you said, this was going to be your segue into the good aspects. 'Cause
Oh, yeah.
There's still plenty of, I hate saying this, there's still plenty of bad things we can talk about. But I mean, we can, much like a lot of the that's one of the cool things I've noticed about this podcast with us is we can always go back and revisit these topics.
Oh, we could.
And I'm pretty sure we will.
I have no doubt that we will at some
Unless you guys have like some sort of strong objection to it.
I would only think that we could only do it like super early, which to us is like maybe 12, and have everything prepared, and then just go strictly into it.
I don't know, but now let's get into the good because believe me, there's a lot of that too.
Oh yeah,
we've been here for a long time. We've been able to see a lot of it, both inside and outside of conventions.
Hell, we talked about on the last episode the charity numbers for Nightmare Nights this year and how profitable it's been despite the size, and
profitable towards charity.
Well, yeah, just how much profit it goes towards charity for the size that we are, and I shouldn't say that because it sounds like we're tuning our horn when we should be talking about the whole. But in whole, I mean, for the past 5 years, we've been able to raise a lot of money for charity, just going towards a good cause.
St. Jude's.
Oh, yeah. And also, there have been, I think personally, we all have at least one experience where it's like the small things that happen to us or we do during a convention or some point that, shows the good in the fandom.
Of course.
Oh, yeah.
Well, it's not, there's a lot of instances with this just all around. Yeah, you could continue to talk about the generosity as far as like donating to charity and whatnot, but there's a lot more to it than just that. There's all kinds of stories on the internet about like, things that have happened and like I said, somebody stepping up for something. I remember old story. I mean, shit, I wrote about this when I did 1/1000th like a million years ago. There's a story about a guy who got kicked out of his house because he told his parents that, yeah, he likes My Little Pony and everything.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
He got kicked out of his house and just some other dude who just so happened to be living in his area basically offered, hey, you can come stay at my place for a little while until you get your situation squared away with your family and whatnot. And it's just stories like that I will never get tired of hearing. Like, regardless of if it's before our time, during our time, and I think to this day, 7 years later, like, I think the fandom still holds true to that very well. Obviously, there's still a lot of shitty, terrible things going on, both... Because, I mean, we've also had our own personal negative experiences, but we also know we don't let that sour things for us. We're still... I mean, I'm not going to speak for you guys, even though I know you probably agree with me, that I still love this fandom every bit as much as I did when I first joined. Like, I still feel the love, compassion, passion... all that fun stuff for it. It's, largely why we're still here. Be it for, personal reasons or just coming together as a community. It's still very much alive and well to me. And Nightmare Nights was a hell of a testament to that. Jthor, did you have any stories that were specific, like positive things that you remember, like specific things that have happened that you wanted to talk about?
Brownie Fest.
I was going to mention one thing that you were a part of. I think you and Amanda were going to promote Brony Fest, I believe. And I believe you had this huge... Amanda made you a huge rarity plushie.
Oh, yeah.
And,
here's a good one.
It's Screw Attack Gaming Expo.
Oh, SGC.
At Reunion Tower.
And,
let him tell it.
Yeah, I'll give it to you.
I completely forgot about this.
I love this story. I think it's great.
Yeah, I bet you do. I never got the rarity plushie.
Just tell it.
But there's this one kid there, and Amanda, she liked to make plushies for her quote-unquote friends. Like, she was promising to always make me a rarity one because I'm such a huge dork for rarity. And she finally did and gave it to me at this Nightmare Night. It wasn't even really promoting Nightmare Nights. No, you're right. Wow, I'm tired. She had a vendor booth there selling the anime stuff from her anime store. And she happened to have some ponies there, and she was talking about Brony Fest and all that stuff. And so she gives me this rarity plushie, and I was so happy I was hugging it and all that. And this one kid comes up. Can't remember what gender the kid was. I think it was a boy. I just can't remember. And this kid asked how much the plushies were because they really wanted one. and Amanda was around, so I was like, oh yeah, they're around $250. And the kid looked so heartbroken because he was pointing to the rarity one. And I was just like, oh no. No, body, don't do this to me. Because I really wanted that rarity plushie because I never had one before.
Mm-hmm.
And this was back when, was it White Dove?
Yeah.
Yes.
Was mostly doing those super expensive plushies, like those absolutely gorgeously detailed ones.
Yeah.
Like this was nowhere near that, but I was like, it's mine. And so I was like, here you go, kid. And I gave the kid my rarity plushie. He's like, well, how much for it? I was like, no, you can just keep it. It's fine.
Mm-hmm.
And so the kid hugged it and ran off. I don't know where to, but Amanda came back and heard about it. I was like, you know, I'm going to make you another plushie. It never happened.
Yeah, well, still, I mean, yeah, I remember this story and I love it, but it's just, you put your trust in that kid because you knew that rarity was going to go to someone who truly cared about it.
I guess you can say that. I just mostly gave it to kids because I felt bad for them.
Mm-hmm.
It was kind of like with AMH Celebration whenever these kids wanted an autograph and a picture with Kevin Conroy, the voice of Batman.
Well, let me put it to you this way. Would you have given the kid that plushie if he made it abundantly clear he was going to greatly abuse it, probably tear it up, and just do bad stuff to it?
That's the thing, like, someone like that wouldn't be as teary-eyed.
I know. It's a hypothetical through and through.
It's really one of those hypotheticals where I would not have felt enough sympathy for the kid if they were like that, because they wouldn't have been teary-eyed and
there you go.
actually heartbroken. Unless they're really good actors. And then I'd just be like, kid, you deserve that after selling me on that.
Okay. But no, it's just, there's so many stories with...
But yeah, the reason why I mentioned Brony Fest is because a lot of people became really good friends with others.
Mm-hmm.
People that were antisocial suddenly had friends.
A lot... Look, I've always credited Brony Fest as just like starting a chain reaction. Because it absolutely did. I met you and, I met Trixie there, even though we didn't really start talking until later.
Yeah, I think
You like Do the Daring Do. Well,
Animation Celebrations when all three of us started
Mm-hmm.
really hit it off.
Well, I told you
actually-
that, like, I started talking to you because you hung out with Avery.
I did.
Yeah. When I hate saying this, but when I first started hanging, like, whenever I first started talking to you and everything, I remembered you because you were Avery's friend.
Cool.
I'm sorry, I'm just saying.
Actually, there was one story from Animation Celebration that was really, really touching. When Trixie gave Jthor that little rare plushie.
that immediately anarchied it.
Did you really?
He did.
Not joking.
No, he did. I still...
He waited until he got back up to the room.
I recorded
He recorded. I was like, anarchy.
I recorded the video.
He said it to him. And immediately gets back a text saying the first fucking thing.
It's true. No, I can vouch for that because but again, it's just like, it's not just our personal stories. It's stories all across the world that we've heard with this kind of stuff.
Oh, there have been many, many.
Mm-hmm. It's like this continue for 7 years. This has touched so many people's lives, be it directly or indirectly, and it just continues to do that. Yeah, terrible shit happens all the time with this. The next latest, greatest, juicy gossip on social media and whatnot. But I look at it the same way as I look at the news, where there's so much terrible stuff that's going on with it that is like, okay, so here's a murder that just happened. Also, this person was gunned down. Just terrible shit after terrible shit, but they don't mention the great stuff because it's not newsworthy. They're going to continue to mention the stuff that, I hate saying it, but the stuff that sells.
Yeah.
So we're never going to hear about the great acts that this fandom and this show have inspired throughout the entire world. And it's just the whole Rotten Apples thing. The rotten apples smell the worst, or speak the loudest, I suppose.
But an apple is inanimate.
You know what I mean. But it's just, I don't know. What do you think, Trixie?
That's a sticker.
It is a sticker.
Good job, Trixie. Sorry, I'm afraid we might have to put him down, guys.
Go ahead.
What are we talking about?
Basically talking about the good aspects. Because we spend a lot of time on bad. We're just talking about, like, stuff in the general scheme. Like, yeah, we've got our own personal experiences and whatnot, but Has there ever been a story that like you have heard in passing, or just something that happened to somebody else that you walked away from and was like, wow, that's awesome?
Well, I remember the whole M.A. Larson paying for Bucky's room.
Yes.
That was, yeah.
Trixie, stop talking about all the praises for me. You're gonna make me cry.
I'm sorry, you M.A. Larson?
I signed a car at least.
Yeah.
That's canon.
It is.
I actually have them.
I know it's kind of hard to talk about this stuff because
I don't think they've been mentioned.
Well, no, it's not that. It's just the first thing that comes to your mind is you want to talk about your personal experiences and the stuff that you've witnessed and been a part of. Which I mean, I think that's just natural. That's just a natural human thing. Is like, well, because they, as they say, experience is the best teacher. But there's plenty of stories. I wouldn't mind like actually once we go off mic and everything, just looking them up and just seeing for ourselves because. Equestria Daily does articles on this stuff all the time. Mm-hmm. Great things that great people have done. And charity has always been a huge one for that. God. It's because I'll
Has there been any other fan that's been as charitable as us?
Maybe. I'm not gonna.
No, there hasn't been.
I'm not gonna speak for other stuff, but
I will, because technically I was a part of it for a while, technically, but the Steven Universe fandom. They've never done any of the same charitable stuff as we have. Matter of fact, they've gone out and hurt businesses. That's a story for a different day. I'm just saying, My Little Pony fandom, one thing no one can take away from it is the fact that the My Little Pony fandom actually donates a shit ton of money.
Well, again, it's just like the whole thing with this video and whatnot. Of course, there's there's stories of really terrible things that make the fandom look bad. Stories that, like, I won't be mentioning on here. But it's just stories, stigmas, the bad voices screaming the loudest, which obviously we're not going to deny their existence. They're absolutely there. But it's just sad because it's like, I've seen so many times online and stuff being blasted simply because the stigmas are so strong, even to this day. Like, I remember on a Rob Dyke video that I was watching, I just left a comment, had nothing to do with this. Like, I had a comment that just simply said, "Go fuck a horse, you horse fucking faggot," just because I had a pony avatar and everything. Which, I mean, whatever. I'm not gonna go like, "Oh my god, this terrible person said something mean about me." But it's just, the thing I'm saying is just like, that means so little to me. Obviously it's a troll, no doubt. But it's just, that means so little to me because that can never take away the experiences that I have had and I have seen in the 5 years I've been here. This is why it just means nothing, because I know what I've seen. You okay?
Are you okay?
That was mighty defensive.
I was asking a serious question. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
You gonna cry?
Not this
You
time.
gonna cry?
Not this time.
They're not. No, we're starting. Trixie, punch him twice in the arm.
I held it out for you. Hit me.
At least he hit you that time.
I whammed him.
He sure did.
Is that a whammy bar?
It is.
Oh, you have a whammy bar over there.
I just can't use it right now because my Les Paul, you can't hook up a whammy bar to it.
Why?
It's just the way Les Paul is made. I mean, you technically can, but it's a pain in the ass, and it's not worth it.
Modifications.
You can, but like I said, at least just to me, it's not
I
worth
think
it.
we've really talked as much as we can about this.
Mm-hmm. I think, especially because...
If you guys have any good stories, put them in the comments.
Please
Send
do.
us an email.
In the comments below, yo.
Like, subscribe, yo.
Hit that bell! That's the new one! That's the new one.
Oh, God, I saw the worst one. I was watching this video about, 10 different insects that evolved to fight against humans.
Okay.
And, oh, watch out for the bug on the screen. You better click on it to squash it. Oh, it happens to be right over that notification bell. I was just like,
wow.
unsubscribe.
Well, no, that's the new one. It's, hey guys, like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell. It's just like, oh.
That's the thing,
the kids
I don't know
love
about
it.
you guys. I've never had to worry about the bell because I check my YouTube subscriptions daily.
I check my YouTube subscriptions every few hours. I mean,
And,
I use the bell. That's how I know whenever Urinating Tree puts out a new video. But
Well, the thing is, I check them twice a day, and, whenever it's my work days. I don't have time to watch them because I need to get some sleep.
Mhm.
I have to my watch later list, and then when I'm off, I'll play a video game. And I'll just put on my watch later list, and they'll all play.
Oh, my watch later list is ridiculously long. I really gotta trim that down.
Same here. Mine's over 372 right now.
Something like that for me too. It's pretty bad.
Copycat.
Jesus.
I'm sorry.
Just watch the damn videos.
I really
No.
Yeah, again, I do think this is one of those topics we can revisit later, like Tibber and I were saying. But it's just there's just so much more good. Like, here's the thing that I think I just came up with this. There's so much more good than there is bad, but it's easier to talk about the bad. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I believe
you're
so.
not the first one to come up with that. Though.
No, I know. It's just the thought just popped into my head. But yeah, I think we're good. Unless you guys have any final comments.
My only final comment is I'm doing a new podcast. It's still up in the air when it's going to happen because Strangelove is the only one left.
Oh, for a second,
On that,
you're being serious.
just to warn you guys, it's not safe for work. If you want to listen to it, feel free to, but make sure you're 18 plus.
What a smooth time to bring this up on an episode where we have mentioned not safe for work stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, that's fine. Go for it. But no,
I don't know where it'll be hosted yet and all that, but
it's just still in the works.
yeah.
That's fine. Hey, go do your thing. But yeah, I think we've made a pretty good point with this. I do want to revisit this in the future, though.
Yeah, we'll be talking about the beeps, and the beeps.
It's a lot of beefs.
See? I self-censored myself.
Good
You
job.
can't do that.
Anyways, we will see you guys next time.
Oh, and also go watch Stranger Things. Season 2. It's really, really good.
You know you were a Stranger Things fan.
Oh, yeah.
Well then.
Really, really fucking good.
I did not know this of you. Anyways, until next time, I'm Do the Daring Do.
I'm tired.
I'm Tibber.
Trixie's being a little bitch. His
I'm a
name's
little
Trixie.
tired. Can I call you so?
He didn't say so though. He just said I'm tired. He doesn't have a first name.
Well, he is also Mexican.
Until
So.
I'm Do the Daring Do.
He's dead, Jim.
I literally had to strike him.
I'm Trixie.
Oh my god. Oh, I'm Tibber.
Amazing how the most difficult part of this whole thing is just saying who we are just to sign off.
Oh shit.
Third time's the charm. I'm Do the Daring Do.
I'm Trixie.
I'm Tibber.
I didn't even get a third time. That's not fair.
He's J-Huff. Good
No,
night.
I'm J Huff.